Let's get right into info faction! What is gravity? Gravity is a mysterious force that makes everything fall down towards the earth. But what is it? It turns out that all objects have gravity. It's just that some objects, like the earth and the sun, have a lot more gravity than others. How much gravity an object has depends on how big it is. To be specific, how much mass it has. It also depends on how close you are to the object. The closer you are, the stronger the gravity.
Why is gravity important? Gravity is very important to our everyday lives. Without Earth's gravity, we would be flying right off it. We'd all have to be strapped down. If you kick the ball, it would fly off forever. While it might be fun to try for a few minutes, we certainly couldn't live without gravity. Gravity also is important on a larger scale. It is the sun's gravity that keeps the Earth in orbit around the sun. Life on Earth needs the sun's light and warmth to survive. Gravity helps the Earth to stay just the right distance from the sun, so it's not too hot or too cold.
Who discovered gravity? The first person who dropped something heavy on their toe knew something was going on. But gravity was first mathematically described by the scientist Isaac Newton. His theory is called Newton's law of universal gravitation. Later, Albert Einstein would make some improvements on this theory in his theory of relativity. What is weight? Weight is the force of gravity on an object. Our weight on Earth is how much force the Earth's gravity has on us and how hard it is pulling us towards the surface.
Do objects fall at the same speed? Yes, this is called the equivalence principle. Objects of different masses will fall to the earth at the same speed. If you take two balls of different masses to the top of a building and drop them, they will hit the ground at the exact same time. There is actually specific acceleration that all objects fall. It's called a standard gravity, or G. It equals 9.807 meters per second squared.
Fun facts about gravity. Ocean tides are caused by the gravity of the moon. Mars is smaller and has less mass than Earth. As a result, it has less gravity. If you weigh 100 pounds on Earth, you would weigh 38 pounds on Mars. The standard gravity from Earth is 1 g-force. When riding a roller coaster, you may feel a lot more g-forces at times, maybe as much as 4 or 5 g's. Fighter pilots or astronauts may feel even more. At some point when falling, the friction from the air will equal the force of gravity and the objects will be at a constant speed. This is called the terminal velocity. For a skydiver, this speed is around 100 miles per hour.
What is mass? Mass is a measurement of how much matter is in an object. Mass is a combination of the total number of atoms, the density of the atoms, and the type of atoms in an object.
How to measure mass? Mass is usually measured in kilograms, which is abbreviated as kg. In physics, there are different ways of determining the quantity of mass. Two of the most commonly used are inertial mass and gravitational mass.
Inertial mass. Inertial mass is determined by how much the object resists acceleration. For example, if you push two objects under the same conditions with the same amount of force, the object with the lower mass will accelerate faster.
Gravitational mass is a measurement of how much gravity an object exerts on other objects. It can also be the measurement of how much gravity an object experiences from another object. When scientists want to express mass in terms of atoms and molecules, they use atomic mass unit, which is abbreviated U. One atomic mass unit is equal to 1/12 of the mass of carbon-12.
What is the difference between mass and weight? Weight is different from mass. Weight is the measure of force of gravity on an object. The mass of an object will never change, but the weight of an item can be based on its location.
Measuring weight. In the United States, we usually measure weight in pounds. But in physics, when we are describing weight as a force, it is generally measured in newtons, which is abbreviated as N.
Converting mass to weight. Since gravity is fairly consistent on Earth, weight will be consistent as well. This allows us to use the formula to convert weight into mass or mass into weight. The formula is force equals mass times acceleration.
The law of conservation of mass. The law of conservation of mass states the mass of a closed system must remain constant over time. This means that although changes are being made to the objects in a system, the overall mass of the system must remain the same.
Is mass the same as size? No, mass is different than size or volume. This is because the type of atoms or molecules as well as their density helps to determine the mass. For example, a balloon filled with helium will have much less mass than a similar sized item made of solid gold.
Interesting facts about mass and weight. The word mass comes from the Greek word massa, meaning lump of dough. Scientists estimate that the total mass of the universe is between 1,052 kilograms and 1,053 kilograms. 1,000 kilograms is equal to a metric ton. Greek philosopher Plato said that the weight was a natural tendency of objects to seek their kin. The gravity of Earth can vary as much as 0.5 depending on where you are on Earth. If you weigh 100 pounds on Earth, you would weigh 37.7 pounds on Mars and 236.4 pounds on Jupiter.